And, okay, anybody want to stand for the pledge? Works for me. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Steve,
Here.
Bob Shank,
Here.
Frank Fuller,
Here.
Tom Reese.
Yep.
Bob Green.
I'll make a motion on the approved August minutes.
Second.
Any discussion?
Nope.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Minutes are accepted. I know of no reason for executive session.
I have nothing.
Okay, petitions from the floor.
Yeah, I'd like to discuss my water bill for $4,800. Now, they said I was underestimated. They said they estimated me at 300 gallons a day. Well, I did a 10-day average and I come up on 191. So I don't know where they're coming up with this almost $5,000 bill. If I owed a couple $1,000 extra, it'd be one thing, but 5,000 is a little excessive.
I'm looking for
Okay,
this.
I mean, I understand that the meters ain't worked in 8 years, but they ain't my fault.
yeah. For sure.
You, Mr. Perkins.
Yes.
Paper.
I'm going with you.
Yeah, his estimate was, been estimated since, I have November of 16, and, it said that he would have used about, 685 gallons. But can you move on to Hilda and I'll print this out? 1 second.
okay,
Yeah, let me just print this out. Because I have everything.
okay. Hilda, what do you got for us?
I'm representing my sister. I'm in the house. Hilda is my sister. She's neighbors on your road. On August 23rd, there was some construction work right next to you. They cut the water line. When they turned it back on, it took out her kitchen faucet. So I'd like to be reimbursed for her kitchen faucet, and we'd like to have the spigot put back in where it was before. When they changed the water meters, the new ones, they took her spigot out. But it looks like an outside faucet with a thread so you can put a hose on it. They took it out. So now every time the water gets turned off, filthy water goes throughout the house. And it's a matter of time. Everything is gonna go the way this is set up. So 2 things, pay for the faucet, put the spigot back in, please.
Okay, where was the spigot in relation to the water meter?
First was as the pipe came in from the outside, the spigot was right there. The water meter is on the pipe going up. It's
Okay.
not. So I don't know where you want to put the spigot back, but it needs the spigot so we can clean out, attach the hose, get rid of the dirty water before we turn it off.
Okay, probably ought to send Randy up to look at it.
Well, he told me it's my problem.
Now you said the faucet in the house?
The kitchen faucet, I got it right there. It took out the kitchen, but Well,
How could that- What took it
How
out?
could, what?
the
took it
dirty
out?
water.
What dirty water?
And when they did construction next door, somebody cut the pipe. And all that gunk came, geez, the last house.
They turned off the main, the corner, right at the corner. We didn't have water for 5 or 6 hours that day. But when we turned it back on, none of our faucets would work. We had to take the aerators out and the filters and clean them out when you were in the shower, and then they were fine.
Now, who did this? Would this be? Eldon? Who did the digging?
Jim,
I guess it would be referred to them, not to us. Would be, they would have to be the coverage of it, I would think, instead of. They're the contractors, they made a mess. I thought, I'm not sure though, but
He's not the one that turned the water off.
who turned the water off?
Eldon,
Right, DNA's coming in to do
Yeah.
the emergency service work on it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Contractor hit the pipe, pulled it out of the full bay
Yeah, right out of the main.
okay, yep, I
Who
remember
was the
that.
contractor?
for master.
For master.
But it sounds to me that spigot was before the meter. So
Well, yeah, that's what it sounds
Yeah,
like.
there's-
She had a spigot before the meter,
Before
No.
so you get
No, it's
the
got-
water before it's counted.
Yeah,
Right, so
I
it's
don't
got-
care where the spigot
Yeah.
goes, but you
Yeah.
can't just take it out. There's no way to clean anything. It all, she has a boiler. In the washing machine, the shower head is plugged up too, but still not working right. But it's mostly the kitchen. I mean, that was a $300 item between the price of the faucet plus the guy getting paid.
So we have to reach out to Burmaster, right? I mean. When the
Well, I don't care
contractor
who
would be
you reach
liable,
out
wouldn't he?
can we make a copy of that? We're gonna get Rebecca
Yeah.
to make a copy of that of you.
She has eye issues. She
Okay,
can't see, she can't hear.
is this her name?
Yeah.
Okay,
We'll get a copy.
So that's why I'm here.
and we'll touch base with whatever insurance company and. see what we
Oh,
can do.
okay. I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Okay, yep.
You're welcome.
I'll take my, she.
You
made
could
me
take.
bring
you
My
can
faucet.
take-
Faucet. Okay, thank
You
you.
can take your faucet.
Anyhow.
Did
it's
you work that? You
appreciated.
couldn't do everything? Okay.
Yeah, but I just put in the faucets and people will. Out of the.
Yeah, wait, we'll give you that receipt back.
Okay.
We're packed with those stones. As soon as we clean them out, let her hunt from then.
Yeah.
But if you have an old faucet, we're going to. Try to take it.
Oh, yeah,
Thank you so much.
thank you.
Who's gonna reach out to Burmaster?
Do we have a phone number for them? Rebecca?
Uh,
How about a phone number before
I
you
have
leave?
one on the
You
phone.
got one on file? Okay, never mind, we got one.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, right.
we're probably gonna eat that. You know, Jim's done a lot of,
What?
he's done a lot of demos. Like they live in Yorkshire. Anytime there's a demo, the water line's always been cut. Before the main. He reached out to Randy, Randy said you're all set to go.
Oh, okay. Well,
Okay,
then just take, I guess we'll take care of it. then.
Okay. So Randy was supposed to cut it before Burmaster actually came.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
I mean, that's the way Delavan does it. the
That
way
takes care of
Yorkshire
that,
does it.
okay.
All right. That's our
Okay.
mistake. It's our mistake.
Yep,
Let's
yep.
take care of the lady then.
We'll have to yell at the guy.
Yeah.
You know, well. We still gotta deal with Hilda though. It sounds like that faucet is ahead of the meter.
Right, so it shouldn't have been.
Well,
removed.
yeah.
It shouldn't have been there to begin with.
Right.
Right.
But
Faucet's here, the meter's here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can run a lot of water through there. Yep, okay.
Okay. Next.
Okay. All right, all right, for Mr. Perkins. I've printed out. Anybody have to look at? So come over here. Okay, these are his readings. They were all estimated. Going way back. And this is the last reading, which was estimated that we did in May, 173,9900. When they pulled his meter, it was 3059540. So between that difference and the 37,644 gallons that went through the new meter in 97 days, which is about 388 gallons per day. He'd been estimated for 285, so if there was a leak, a pool, anything, I mean, I don't know, but those are
But
where the numbers. I
this
came
is the
from.
actual meter.
That
reading?
is the meter when Dan pulled the meter, that is the final reading on the meter that got pulled. This is where we had it in the system. I mean, there's no big blips anywhere that, past when, 15, 16, there's no big things, they're all pretty much the same. The readings, they were all estimated. And they're all pretty much the same. So I just used the numbers and the computer figured it out. So, but that's where his bill came from.
Are these his copies?
Well, not the meter sheet, but the other ones he can have them. I don't care. I mean, those are the readings and where I got the numbers.
Didn't you say you had much lower average?
So yeah, that's for the last 10 days. Them are the actual meters, that, the last one there was tonight's.
I had it on August 29th, it was 37 something. 37,000 something. That's.
Oh, that's it.
It's on his sheet there, the final, the reading.
let me see. No, that one.
That was double, yeah. It's the last rate on the very top page. very
That
right,
page,
right
oh,
there.
here it
That
is.
37. that is-
37, 6,
That was
1,
the meter on August, the new meter on August 29th.
What do you have now? 44?
42,975. That's tonight. Before I came.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess I'm asking, what do you think we should be doing?
Oh, come up with something. Like I said, if it was a couple $1,000, I'd pay it right now, but I mean, $5,000, I ain't gonna pull that out of my pocket. I might look wealthy, but I'm not, just because I live in Machias.
You must be wealthy. What, can we get back to him? I think that's
Yeah,
something
I
we have
don't
to.
know, I mean,
That's something we have to
the
have.
reading is the reading now, according to the new ones. What's the average with the new ones now, like from where he's at?
No, that's it.
Well,
He's at 5,000, about 5,000 gallons since August.
August 29th, he's
So,
roughly.
so the month of
260.
September, what are we in, the 18th day?
Yeah,
18 days, he used 5,000 gallons.
And what were we estimating them for, Rebecca?
before we were estimating at like 260, so it said.
285 a day.
285. But during the previous 97 days before he started, I mean, it was 388 gallons per day. Is what that said when
Well,
it was
let's-
97 days.
Yeah, but that, I mean, I could have been filling my
Oh,
pool, I should have been doing
exactly,
anything. I mean,
exactly.
How do you take an average in that?
Well, that's.
Well, let's just,
There's
what do you-
only-
what's your number? 42 what?
My phone number?
No.
Oh, this one?
Yeah.
Oh,
That too.
42,975.
37,644. 5,330
Divided by
gallons.
20 days, it'd be 20
Oh,
days.
20
There's
days?
2 days left in the
5,331.
list, yeah. Cause I read it at 29.
Yeah, he's using 266 a day.
This is just the average for 10 days, 191.
Yeah, yeah. No, we went
Yeah.
from the
Right.
meter
Yeah,
reading.
right.
Well, I mean, we gotta have I think we'd have to have a conversation on.
Yeah, we
What-
can't
what
get
to
an
do.
answer tonight, but
Yeah,
we'll have to
yeah.
probably do an executive session to, because I'm sure you're not gonna be the only one. So we'll have to
Figure it out.
figure out what we're gonna do. Try to straighten out.
Like I said, it's only Tammy and I, the kids are both moved out of the house, I can't believe we use 400 gallons a day. Cause we're both working all day, every day.
Well,
But the big part of the bill is over a period of years. That's
Yeah,
like
since
7 years.
2016, yeah,
Yeah, that's
it's
7 years worth of water.
right.
So if you have a pool, if you had kids showering, doing, I mean,
Well-
you know what my kids do. But yeah,
okay.
I'll get that back. All
Hmm?
right,
You want this done?
No.
we'll get back to you.
We'll get back, can't you?
Alright, Thank you, guys.
We had a figure
Thank
out
you.
sometime.
Can I get your phone number down?
353-2474, good?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah, that's mine.
Yep, okay.
716.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks,
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Next,
Yeah, Steve, Tim Hope again, and just wondering, last I talked to you, you said you were gonna bring something up at the meeting today. I didn't know if there's a resolution yet for 200 Mile Point
no, not a resolution, but it's on the agenda to talk about it.
today.
Yep,
You know, water bill.
water bill,
Talk about
come on up. Name, please.
Ernest Davis.
Bill number is 0226. I got a $3,000 bill. Now, I moved in October of 2007. When they came up to read the meter, I was told that it wasn't functioning correctly and they couldn't get an accurate reading.
Okay, that's just. the
That was
read head
back in
outside.
07.
That's the read head outside.
Yes.
Those are battery
So-
operated and the batteries are failing and there was no
Nobody's-
replacement.
Yeah, nobody, so I've been getting estimated this whole
Right.
time since
Yep.
07.
Yep.
According to this, I was getting readings at all exactly the same amount every time I got a bill.
Because you were being estimated.
But it's for the estimate.
Yes,
Because
but
the meter wasn't working.
this is telling me that it wasn't estimated.
Well, the meters weren't working.
That's-
That's why you were being.
That's what I'm saying. So I can't afford $3,000 for a water bill that's been estimated for how many years? 16 years now?
So you feel as though we should just give you free water for that?
No, I'm not saying that. I've been paying the bills that come in. But we don't know what it was when I moved in. Because they estimated it.
You didn't get a reading when you moved in?
He said he wasn't able to get a reading, so they were gonna estimate it.
He should have been able to get a reading off the meter itself.
I don't- he
That's a
never went up
mechanical
there.
meter.
He never went under my place to get it.
It says
I-
read-
I went out because somebody was parked in my driveway. I was painting the house. And I'm, what are you doing here? Oh, I can't get a reading off your meter, so we're gonna have to estimate it. Okay. For all I knew, because I've never had a water meter and a water bill. I've always lived someplace that's had a well, or someplace that doesn't have a water bill. Had I known there was an actual meter that had actual numbers on it, I would have gone and read it for you. I had no clue. But. You know, there's gotta be something done.
And,
Another one to discuss.
Another one.
can I get your phone number, Davis?
It's 585-208-2565.
Okay,
And I did return your phone. Yes, you did.
All right. I didn't want you to think I forgot.
I kept looking for an email to see if maybe you gotten
I
something.
can't do that on this, like, my fingers are too good.
But I mean, I can pay something, but I can't afford $3,000. I'm a disabled vet. That's about what I get a month.
thank you for your service.
So,
Yeah, thank you. We'll look at it.
um,
Yeah, gotta figure something out.
other question is. Whatever you do decide that I owe. Are you going to drop it on my taxes this year? Or is that going to be set off and,
No,
okay, pay so much a
You
month?
pay your bill every quarter? You
Yes.
Send me a check, then it wouldn't be
I
re-levied.
stop in or I
Yeah,
drop
yeah,
it?
no, I won't, we had agreed that we wouldn't re-levy anybody that pays their bills regularly.
Okay,
And there would be no interest charged on
Okay.
those accounts until they were paid, in full. You could pay them over time, as long as you're somebody that I don't generally re-levy every year,
okay,
because those people are just gonna,
that was my neighbor.
yeah, do that every year, so yeah, no, we were giving time, no interest, and not re-levying.
All right. So,
We'll talk about it, not.
let me know. I really appreciate it.
All right,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
next. Anybody else got a water problem? Okay,
Just so everybody knows, now that we have new meters. Our water department will probably be not a debt anymore, it'll be able to pay for itself. But that's the direction we went with the money that we got. We did all of our meters up to date snuff. And now if you're caught tampering with your meter, we will know immediately.
And we've already been able to alert a couple people of leaks that they didn't realize they had, which, although it was a, big initial, concern for them, it's, the problems are solved before they get too out of hand.
So we're in the 21st century now.
Okay, anybody else from the floor got any? Other than Mitch Hope? All right, Tim, what do you got for us?
So we finished up all our big projects. I got one more left to do, which is gonna start probably Friday, which is on Canada Hill Road between Cruise and Sunset. We're gonna grind out that section. And the following Monday, I got confirmation from the state, they're actually gonna do 219, like they said they were gonna do last month, got pushed to this month. So I get confirmation on that, we're gonna haul that material up there and stabilize that road, cause it's falling apart pretty bad. So that's our next 2-week job. We did shoulders on Gulf Road, and we did shoulders on Town Line today, got them done, so we're gonna start on Riceville Road tomorrow. Worked a little bit on Felton Hill for some washouts. Not sure if you got any phone calls about an irate person, but that was me. We had a guy come around 2 road closed signs, and he got directed to go back that way. Sternly. So we handled that situation. We worked with Town of Linden, Franklville. We're going to Franklville Thursday. To oil and stone for them, 2 trucks, so then we'll have the other 2 guys up on Felton Hill working on that, finishing up there. Yeah, new truck, I'm still waiting to hear from that, it was in the paint line last I knew, so waiting for the body to get painted. The truck's built, it's all ready to go, it just needs paint, so that was the last I heard. Other than that, everything's going good. Wheels are still on the ground. We're all in good shape.
Okay,
Tim, did you hear anything more on the signs for Lakeview?
Signs for Lakeview.
No parking?
I'll put them up. We got them all up and installed. Had one lady not happy about it, but the signs are installed.
Well, we just want to let the fire company know that we're doing what we're
Yeah.
gonna do for them.
Absolutely.
Also, did you get a phone call about someone wanting to stripe
Yes, I
Lakeview
did.
and Potter Road?
I did, so you have a little touch base on that a little bit. I had a person call and wanted, double solid yellow line down Lakeview Boulevard and Potter Avenue. No passing zone.
They'll take up most of the lanes of the highway.
So, right, and on that note, to striper road, once you striper road, it's $1,000 a mile. And that's the one lane of paint. So it's gonna cost you there, and once you put paint on the road, you are entitled to maintain it the rest of the town's life.
Yeah.
Put paint on
You could
every
pass
year,
on,
every-
somebody's passing on these 2 little roads.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'll let you know
I
who
mean,
it was.
it's just, I'm
Oh,
like,
my God.
I got the phone call, it was about a half-hour conversation.
Okay.
yeah, so I mean, that's not gonna happen.
No.
That's $1,000 we can put somewhere else.
I basically told her the same thing, but I think lowering the speed limit's gonna help, and
Right,
they park right underneath the signs anyway.
yeah, oh, yeah. Another thing, I don't know if you got. I haven't got an email back about the final price for the streetlights. I talked to Steve about it, National Grid. There's no more incandescent lights, everything's being switched over to solar. So if you notice around town, the one at the intersection of Hazelmere and 16 is 100 watt. These 2 out here are 100 watts. The one in front of Alfie's is a 210, and the ones in front of my shop are 210s. I've had taxpayers that are in the lighting district that would like brighter lights in front of their house. So I've gone through and relooked at the poles. And they're gonna give me an estimate on a little brighter light of it, like, for example. Brandon Beamer, he wants a brighter one in front of his business, front of the county home, the people there on 16, they want brighter lights, so. They're supposed to be getting me an estimate on how much that's gonna cost for brighter lights.
Thanks.
Yep, so that's being in the works and handled. I'm just waiting for the extra. Email from them to see how much it's gonna cost. I'll get it to you and then you can handle it
Okay,
from there.
I think it's gonna net out zero unless there's a big difference in this.
Yeah, I don't know that. He's gonna give me a price on it, so. I know what the Village of Delavan just switched over for $300 or something like that. What it costs, so.
Custom zero.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
I mean,
Yeah.
that figure you're using is the net book value
Okay,
on the existing
okay,
fixture.
yeah. But that's, like I say, there's a couple, Alfie's got the brighter one in front of there. No, I haven't heard no complaints on it. More people want brighter than dark, so. The lady at the flower shop, she didn't even realize it was changed. It's been there a month. She's like, don't bother me, I don't care, so. We'll go that route.
Okay.
Yep.
Jimmy, you were a late comer. I presume
Yeah.
you've got a problem on your water bill?
I don't want to mortgage my house for that. It's, $5,067.76. And I haven't had a water meter that worked since I've lived there 18 years.
Okay. What's your phone number, Jim?
716-258-1683.
All right. We gotta,
Your pit is done now, right, Jim?
Yep, that's all done. Everything's taken care of, enough snuff.
Good.
Very good, thank you.
You got it.
now you can fix your driveway.
He's already
Now
got
you
it
can
done.
fix your driveway.
Yeah. I'm letting that settle in a little bit and I'm gonna do it this week.
Okay. We'll talk about it and we'll get back to you.
Okay, cause usually I send it out right away the day
Yeah.
it comes, but I can't do that.
Well, not many people in this room could do that.
You all set then? And I.
Yep.
Yes, Jim.
I
Thanks.
mean,
You can go, Jim.
just so you keep current, if you just send in what the current month's usage was.
It was always, since I've been there, it was been estimated. It was 8250
But it should be current.
every 3 months.
But it's got the overlap from before, so it's a huge, that's why it's $5,000. So, yeah, just send in whatever you want and I'll just credit it to your account.
I'll send the 8250
Yep, that's
like I
fine.
normally do.
Yep,
Yep.
that's fine.
All right,
Yep,
that's
all
what
right.
I'll do.
Okay.
thank you.
All right,
We'll get back to you, Jim.
all righty. Thank
Okay,
you very much. guys.
thank you.
Thank you, Jim.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Didn't we go over the cemetery pricing last month?
Yes.
Okay, so, Mr. Scott,
All right, September report, and you can see the statistics. Everybody's asking me about that stop work order. I want you to know it's Lake Street, very unfortunate situation. The building, what's there, the frame is probably gonna end up coming down. The owners are gonna have to secure a survey and compare it with the railroad, but at the end of the day, a good portion of that is on railroad property and railroad easement. Didn't have to happen, she was advised not to build, they did anyway. Property maintenance issues, you can see the last 3 in yellow are new. I talked to the fellow that owns the little Quickie Markets closed down Pyramid LLC. He said he was gonna clean that up. I noticed that the siding's been tagged, looks like somebody hit up some spray paint. And just before the board meeting, I got a call from Mr. Riley on 9924 Lake Street, and he should be addressing his issues. Code enforcement software, I had a conversation with Marion today over email. He's contacting the state to find out where that sits. Hopefully we'll get good news. That's something that will really help. Other business, I did complete my annual in-service training, 24 hours of class time, so good for another year. Thanks for endorsing that. Last meeting, Steve asked if I would do a kind of a building condition summary for the Machias. I won't go item by item, couple of things. The building envelope is kind of a critical thing. Let me back up by stating the whole building condition assessment is an industry unto itself. It's actually there's several large corporations that do nothing but go, mainly universities, and charge millions of dollars to go through and assess the condition of buildings, and they use what's called uniformat to do that. And basically it breaks it down, I believe, into 12 groups: foundations, building envelopes, interior finishes. But anyway, at the end of the day, it's no surprise to anybody if you look at the exterior condition of this building, mainly the masonry, it's in pretty rough shape. As you'll note there, you've got loss of mortar with bricks, you've got deterioration, you've got differential movement. That's the nerd way of saying a crack, but actually there's a couple of different types of cracks. You have kind of like a step crack, which is the differential movement. That's not as critical as if you saw a horizontal crack. Those are bad. Those indicate you might have collapse. But at the end of the day, it's going to have to be addressed. So a couple of things. Probably at some point in an executive session or a planning session, we really need to determine what the end use of this building is going to be. You've got an entire second floor and an entire basement that the industry term is impaired asset. You really can't use them. Life safety issues, code issues, just interior finish issues, they're not usable. You got an entire commercial kitchen like 1940s, 1950s vintage. It's got to go at some point.
Yep.
Back of the envelope calculations for masonry, when you look at the sills, the smalling masonry, everything, you're probably north of $500,000 to get that addressed. And that would start with like an engineering study, and they would probably come out and take 5 or 10 samples. They would extract bricks in certain areas, just to see what's behind there, see if you got water infiltration coming through and whatnot. It's a pretty involved process, and it's got to be done right. You can spend a ton of money and get absolutely nothing out of it if you don't. So I've left you with that. The nitty gritty details really going to be more of an in-depth study. And again, I think it will behoove all of us to kind of do a planning session on what for instance, the second floor, is that a good community center or something like that? What's the end use going to be?
Usually.
Okay. I've also, and I'll leave this with Steve. I made a copy of some stuff I've had in my files from long ago, but that's mainly from a university setting. But if you read through that, you can pass that around at some point. It kind of gets you into how much depth they actually go into when they do these studies and who they talk to, and building occupants and people in offices, and they kind of get a 360-degree view of what's going on. So
It's been a long time since we've done any maintenance on the building, so we know it's.
But from a budget standpoint, you're not gonna do it all
No.
next year, so it's important to start getting some numbers hammered out. But
Okay.
if you look at that current replacement value, anywhere from $300 to $400 a square foot. So you're at $2.5 million plus or minus. And there's also what's called a building condition index, which is the total value of all deferred maintenance divided by the current replacement value. I don't think it's in that document, but basically anything from 0.1 to 0.2 is generally considered good, 0.2 to 0.35, and you can put that metric anywhere you want it, but would be, good to fair, and anything 0.4 and over is in poor condition. So you can kind of see with the deferred maintenance that you have in front of you. Because all totaled, you're well over $1 million, so. Just kind of give you a flavor of what you're into.
Okay, well, like you said, we're gonna work session together.
Then figure it out, yeah, we gotta figure out something.
At the stages. Thanks.
Well, Scott, I think he's done an excellent job over the last several months.
Oh, yeah.
Cleaning up the town of Machias. There's a big difference just going down Main Street. There's a big difference. You're doing a good job.
Thanks. Thank you.
Thank you. People know there's repercussions now.
Yeah.
Well, I can't lose much more. So.
Me either.
You got anything for us, Becky?
Just that I received letters from both, Senator Borrello and Assemblyman Giglio saying thank you for our resolution, and, they appreciate that we inform them about our concerns. So they got the resolution about the courts.
All right.
Anything from our town justice?
Busy as usual. Gotta thank Becky for taking some of the phone calls when I'm not here, and she puts up with some pretty rough phone calls at times, and we appreciate it, Becky, very much.
Thank you.
I did talk to Mr. Gallivan about our problem with the courts too, and he was very
Yes,
receptive to it.
yeah, that's great.
Yep.
Yeah, we need
He said even if it does happen, it'll take 20 years for them
Oh,
to
yeah.
be able to do anything about
yeah, I'll be retired by
Yep.
then.
Yep.
You sticking around for?
2 years left, Steve.
Okay, so we'll move on to environmental assessment form, part 2. Everybody got a copy of that?
Yeah.
We have.
Yeah.
You have small or no impact on every line. Anybody have any problems with that?
No.
Okay, anybody in concurrence with that?
Did we discuss Tim?
Not yet,
Oh, okay,
we're getting there.
thought I missed it.
No.
Okay,
Part 3. The county has approved our law.
okay, good.
Anybody have any problems with it?
Nope.
Okay. And I
What
will-
law is that,
The
Steve?
solar.
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 Then, we have submitted the new solar law, county has approved it, and we just need the board to approve it.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Any discussion?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We have a new law.
Good.
Okay, Long Point, 200 Long Point.
200.
According to the engineer, it's gonna cost somewhere between $85,000 and $120,000 to move that drain line.
To move it from where to where?
You didn't talk to me, I don't know.
Well, that's to move it going down the lot line.
Okay, not moving it over to that vacant lot.
No.
Okay.
That would be way more than that.
Oh, yeah, that's
Good
right.
Lord, that's up there.
Yep.
When did you talk to him, Steve?
This afternoon.
Is that just a ballpark?
Yeah.
So it actually can't be moved on the property itself, it has to be moved from the DI?
I think he could probably explain it better than I, but I think they were gonna put another box on your side of the street.
Okay,
and then angle that over to the lot line.
okay,
And then there's two options. You can go straight to the lake from there. Or down past your building. Angle it back over. And connect to into the existing line.
so if you can angle it back, why can't you just angle it over in the beginning? And not even cut the road or any of that? Why can't everything be done on my property and not in the road or in the street or anything? And cut down on some of that cost. Now you're just talking pipe.
I would assume that we can probably put another DI on your side of the road.
That sounds like what you just said, yeah, put a DI box on his
Yeah.
side of the road, and then angle it from there. Yeah.
Well, it's not gonna angle to that whole straight. You still gotta put an offset in.
Yeah, you're gonna have to offset
So if
twice.
you put an offset, no, offset once.
It would be one offset out of the DI box, it'd come offset and then go right down his property line. And then don't angle
Well,
back.
it's gonna come out of the DI box and then have to offset around the building and then go back to the opening, the existing opening.
If you want it there, yeah.
Yeah,
Not
well,
straight to the lake.
if you go straight to the lake.
Right.
Then you gotta involve DEC.
And then what do you do with the existing one?
It's dead.
The existing hole would have to be capped.
And the piping?
Yeah, well, true.
Is that
That's
removal
gonna-
of the old pipe too?
I would say you need to ask about removal, because eventually that'll collapse, and then his floors on his house are gonna fall into. So all that's gotta come into factor. Yeah, that's gotta be removed if they're gonna do that.
Now, he just did a quick.
Yeah, that's-
ballpark.
Yeah, I know, it's last I talked to him, he didn't do anything with it. So he really didn't look into it from your conversation, this is just arm waving and dart throwing right now.
Pretty much.
Correct.
Well, why couldn't they? So there's a box, right? And it's going down this way. Why can't it be diverted around
Correct.
his property? I mean, why,
That's what he's talking about.
yeah, but
So it's gonna come
How
across the road either way.
what's already across the road?
It's already across the road.
Okay, what,
They're talking about putting a DI box on his side of the road.
well, why do we need another DI box?
Why do we need saw cut the road?
You won't saw across the road, it'll be on the edge of the road.
Yeah, but you gotta get from my DI to that box, so you gotta cut the road.
I'm confused.
So why not?
So-
'Cause it should
so-
come from that DI box.
Wait,
in front of
wait a
your
minute.
garage, Underneath the road to another DI box on the house side of the garage, and then out of there on an angle around.
Why do we need, why couldn't they cut the pipe?
That's an engineering thing for me, I have no idea.
But I mean, I'm just asking
Right.
logically.
Well.
So here's the pipe underground. Why
Right.
can't we find that pipe, cut it and run it this way and then out back down?
I
Does that
have
make
no
more
idea. I
sense?
mean, that's an engineering thing. So I'm assuming they wanted probably some clean out, so no more sand goes down into the lake. For one thing, so there's a DI box.
Well, that'd be 1 out of 22, but
Well,
that'd be a
it's
start.
You still got the DI where it starts, so it's all gonna settle.
Right, so you're gonna get it off both sides.
So
now.
it's not gonna, you don't need another DI to catch it, catch one off another, catch.
I don't know, I think, so I think it needs a lot more work before we
is,
make a
yeah.
decision on.
Right, I mean,
You know.
this is gonna be an engineering design, and who put the bill for that? Taxpayers?
Well, no, it's
I don't
private
see
property,
that.
we know that, but
Right,
but
exactly.
we gotta give,
So,
I mean, have some logical answer.
Right,
That's all
but
I'm looking
that's what.
for. I don't know.
So
But
I contacted the Army Corps of Engineers. They haven't got back to me yet. In 1967, that DI box was changed in front of their garage, so that pipe was there way before that.
Yeah,
He said it was a failure, so they put in a deeper one for that reason. The county helped the town do that in 1967, so the county had that much of a record. Of the pipe, they're not sure of, so contacted the state of New York. State of New York has drainage and. Oh, what do you call it? Drainage and. Runoff. Rules and laws on that, and this instance would be covered under the prescriptive drainage law. So it's a drainage right away, that water is gonna always run there, 'cause it's downhill at the lowest point. It's all under the New York State thing, so. As far as they said. The lawyer's gotta be involved. So that's what it is. You know, they also said they don't think the taxpayer should foot the bill for it. Moving it, doing whatever.
Well, no, I don't
You
think we
should
should either,
do some research.
but.
That's what they said.
Wonder if he just diverted that drain to, he angled it, moved it. Well, it's his problem. Couldn't he do that or can't do that?
Technically, no.
You can't do
No,
that.
'cause
Okay, so that's what I'm
that's a
asking.
Prescriptive right of way through New York State,
Okay.
so it doesn't matter if it's on a deed or not.
It would be, I would do that, I would be able to do that if you guys gave me the okay.
Oh,
You're talking something totally different.
I'm just going by what I've seen at the drainage laws and stuff like that.
And if you
so-
do your
What do
research
you-
and that pipe was in there before
I know you know.
1967, like in the 40s or 30s.
Yep.
Okay, that lifespan on that pipe
Okay,
is
so-
100 years.
I know.
Here.
That's
And
what I say.
that pipe has lived its
What would
life
stop
already.
him from
Correct.
taking that drain and going like?
And I'd hate to do that whole thing and then have
Why
that
couldn't he
stuff
do that?
happen to it.
And I get it, absolutely.
He's involved and.
As I say, this is the whole engineering thing, and this is gonna come down to lawyers and stuff, so,
You do it.
and whatever you guys
And
decide.
that's the answer.
So basically, it's not our fault that it's there. It was done a long time ago.
Right.
We can't touch it, according to
So we
you.
can't.
You're not gonna touch it.
So they tell me. what-
So we're waiting for that pipe
Okay,
to
all right, okay.
go ahead,
Right.
take our house right now,
Mhm.
and then is that, like, that's what we have to wait for?
I'm assuming. It's like I say, it's gonna have to go to the lawyer.
So the next question is, because I need to view all my options.
Right, absolutely,
Okay.
like I said.
And my next option is, my house is over this storm line now. I want to expand on my house. Can I do that?
Legally, no,
Why not? It's already, I should be grandfathered in because the pipe's under my house.
it's a prescriptive right of way, so anything now forward, we know about.
But I don't understand how,
Whoever put it in knew about it then.
Back in the day.
I don't know how the house got built that way in the beginning,
Because back in the day, people just built stuff wherever they wanted to.
and I gotta pay for it.
The building code wasn't in until 1964, right? Unified Building Code wasn't installed until 1964, so before that.
About 1964.
I gotta go back and look at my deed, because I don't think that cottage was built until after 67.
I don't know. The county didn't say, it just said they changed that.
On what the addition was.
Right.
You want the building?
There was no addition, that's the footprint of the existing house.
So I guess this, Frank's question was, is if you wanted to put an addition on, what would you put on? Where would you build? Because we know, well, we assume that pipe runs
I'm gonna
under
go a little wider and a little deeper
wider towards the north.
to the neighbors.
And see, then you'd be right over the top of that pipe.
We are right over it
It's over
right
it
now.
now.
We, it is,
I get that.
well,
So
everyone
that's
keeps
what I'm saying. If I
insinuating
had
it's next to our house right now, and it's that we can't build over it. It's over it right now.
So if I add on to my house, you still have the same
I'm still
dwelling.
trying to figure out where I had it.
It's over the house,
So, you know,
under the house.
But yeah. I know.
So there's gotta be a grandfathered in something that if the dwelling's over it now, why can't I just add on to it instead of tear it down and redo it?
Tim, let me do this. Let me call the Department of State because I don't have a good answer for you. Honestly, don't. I'll call the Department of State and see if anybody there has ever run into this situation and what they recommend.
And how about if
I
we,
may or may not get a good answer.
How about if we get a hold of our lawyer, Joel, and see if there is a waiver that we can waive it some way or another? We'll try to go those both routes and see what we can get.
I mean, I'm open to go either way.
Yep,
'cause,
yep.
You know, 80,000 is more than I got.
Yep.
I mean, I'll end up paying for the house and not having a place to live in.
Yep, let's try to go those two routes and we'll get an opinion from our attorney if there is a way we can waive this. What Timmy's talking about, because you're grandfathered in and it has been there. And then we'll see what the state says also. And we'll have an answer for you by the end of the week.
Okay, that's my question.
Okay.
This isn't gonna
We'll get on it and see if we can get something right away.
be like, well, I called the state, but that was a month ago,
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
didn't hear anything.
We call them and we get the same answer, so.
It takes more than one call.
Nothing, he's not gonna touch that, if he wants to build here, we're down with it. Plus, he's got the lot distance.
But he's gotta go over the pipe more.
No, he's not, he's
But I mean, if the addition now, it wouldn't change it.
He's
You're
going
beyond
beyond
it or going more over it?
Going a little further.
Oh,
Okay,
okay, that's what I'm saying. It's gonna cover more of it. Okay,
Okay, I'll call Bill tomorrow. get his opinion on what we can do.
That's
Like
200
grandfather,
Long Point?
200
Yes.
Long Point.
Tim, were you able to find out anything on the easement?
Yeah, I haven't found any easement for that period. I told you that in my survey. My lawyers have looked at the survey. They don't see it.
No, I'm talking beyond that. If you done any further research to see if there's anything, any public information on an easement that's not necessarily reported?
I haven't found anything that tells me that. There's hypotheticals everywhere.
Yeah.
Just like here.
Yeah.
But there's nothing.
No, I know, the last we talked.
I have a lawyer looking into it right now, and he's supposed to get back to me tomorrow. But I was hoping we didn't have to go through this.
Ask him what he
I thought
thinks
we
about a variance also,
I will.
right? And we'll give him an M from each other, and then we can meet in the middle. Next.
Okay. New business. Everybody got a copy of the tentative budget? Budget as stated is as high as we can go.
We spent our 2% wisely, I take it.
Yes,
I don't have a copy.
I gave you a copy this morning.
Oh, I didn't bring it back with me.
You want to say no?
Yeah, sure. You don't mind.
Yeah.
You probably got it memorized by now.
No, I haven't looked at it.
Okay.
Okay, the last page of that is the cap computation.
Okay, what am I looking at here? I'm looking at this number?
Yep.
Okay,
That's-
and how is it compared to that number?
Right here.
Okay,
That's what we're raising in taxes.
okay, I see the sewer district separate. Okay.
Sewer district separate and the
Yep.
fire district separate.
Got it.
Okay. Look
Does-
that over and we'll schedule a public hearing for next month.
It doesn't leave us much. No,
I will post the tentative budget on the website tomorrow. So that anybody in the public that wants to see it.
It'll be posted on the website and there'll be a hard copy in the clerk's office.
that sheet's down. How?
How?
Okay, because if we change any line items,
No, we gotta fix another one.
if you increase one, you gotta decrease.
You gotta come.
Well, yeah,
gotta come
of
close, yeah.
I don't know how we're gonna make it on 838. Yes, that's what we gotta do.
Well, that's what the state says we're allowed.
Yeah,
That means we follow Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and that's it.
yeah.
Yeah, that's about the
Nobody
extent
goes
of
to
it.
work on
too.
Tuesday or Thursday.
Well,
Doesn't pass 5 o'clock.
Nope.
They don't do much in the middle of the night anyways, so yeah.
Well,
Don't have any breakdowns.
no. I
We
don't-
ain't got any money.
Well,
I think we got our fleet with pretty good fuel. Yeah,
We got
okay.
and you asked about increasing the 5,000 for the light. That I initially I bumped that. Then we ran up against the cap and I said, whoops.
Yep.
So I went back and cut that back to the 5,000 we've been.
It's more than well. We had the ballast guy asked me.
time for bake
I
sales.
told him he had to write it. Yeah.
Time for bake sales and fundraiser.
Yeah.
Okay, then let us move on to resolution.
Solution pages.
Resolution to adopt local law number 4 of 23. Whereas local law number 4 of 23 has been submitted. To amend the local law. To set forth requirements in solar projects. Whereas the amendments to the town code set forth in the local law have been carefully considered by the town. Whereas a public hearing was held. Permitting public comments in regard to the proposed amendments to the town code. Now therefore be it resolved, local law number 423 is hereby adopted and shall become effective upon filing local law with New York State Secretary of State. Be it further resolved, the town clerk is directed to file a copy of the local law with the New York State Department of State. Resolution is hereby adopted by majority vote of the town of Machias, official meeting held 18th day of September in the year 2023.
I'll move it.
Second.
Roll call.
Steve,
Yes.
Tom.
Yep.
Shank,
Yep.
Green,
Yes.
Frank.
Yep.
A resolution to authorize National Grid lighting, upgrade LED fixtures. Whereas the town of Machias desires to update street lighting fixtures to LED fixtures to decrease lighting costs for street lighting. Whereas proposed cost to upgrade lighting will be offset by available rebate with the net cost of town of zero after receipt of rebate on completion. Therefore, be it resolved, the town of Machias Town Board authorizes the conversion to LED fixtures. Resolution stated is hereby adopted by majority vote of town of Machias Town Board meeting held on the 18th day of September in the year 2023.
I'll second
Steve,
Yes.
Frank.
Yep.
Shank,
Yep.
Green.
Yep.
Tom.
Yep.
Resolution to authorize increase in Maple Grove Cemetery pricing structure. Whereas the town of Machias desires to upgrade the pricing structure to reflect increased costs. Whereas the proposed pricing is similar to the surrounding rural cemetery pricing. Therefore, be it resolved by the town of Machias Town Board to authorize prices as indicated on the attached sheet effective January 1, 2024. So resolution stated hereby adopted in a majority vote, the town of Machias Town Board in an official meeting held on the 18th day of September in the year 2023.
I'll second it.
Steve,
Yes.
Frank.
Yep.
Bob Shank,
Yep.
Green.
Yep.
Tom.
Yep.
Any audit claims for September.
Yes.
Whereas the town clerk has received and vouchered all bills for the month of September 2023 into abstract number 9. Whereas the town board has reviewed abstract 9. Whereas the town board has audited the vouchers and included abstract 9 and approved them for payment. Now therefore it be resolved. Town board authorizes payment of all vouchers in abstract 9. General fund numbers 171 through 189, the amount of $7,174.78. General youth numbers 40 through 43, $1,893.30. Highway fund numbers 135 through 149, the amount of $264,023.56. Street lighting number 8, $1,530.53. Water fund numbers 54 through 61, $4,918.86. Lime Lake Sewer Fund number 42 through 47, $10,063.41. This resolution is hereby adopted with a majority vote of Town of Machias Board at the official meeting held on the 18th day of September, year 2023.
I'll move it. I'll second.
Okay, Steve,
Yes.
Tom.
Yep.
Bob Shank.
Yep.
Green.
Yep.
Frank.
Yes.
Do we want to executive section to talk about the outstanding water bills?
Sure. We could do that.
We could do it.
Okay, I guess you probably ought to be included, right? Hard copy.
Good night, guys. Thank you, sir. Good evening.
See you.
Good, how you doing?
It says to a grade of my grade, and I always wonder on my graph.
I'm like, oh.
It's such a small.
How are you? Still in politics and all, or what's?
No, I mean, we moved, once we moved.
Live up on. Yeah, really, that's great, come back.
Yeah, back there. Oh, God, no. Still working.
Really.
Still working
Yeah.
for a few more years.
Yeah. Oh, you look good.
It's working, huh? Yep. I'm like the bells.
That's it.
It was good.
Yeah, it was super.
And then we'll see what the bills are,
Yeah.
and then you see how big and where you're paid by the Cowboys and retired.
There's so take.
I mean, it's Sunday, you know.
Yeah.
You're still over here, right?
Yeah.
Me and Travis went to the game.
Did you?
The Bears lost.
What is it?
We were on the sunset.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gone now.
Yeah, that was weird.
All they had to do was a full mold, because the county took it over and it was just. It was shut up for 2.5, 3 years.
Yeah.
So. And just.
Hey, how did
Yeah, it was a good day.
He was.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, 3 cars.
Oh, yeah.
One bit. Well, welcome back to Machias. How long it's on us?
5 years now.
6 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're in the full life.
Yeah.
Now our son bought our house over there and we moved back here.
Yep.
I mean, this, yeah.
3.
3. I remember when you two were going together.
Yeah. Mom?
9 years.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but we got 40.
Yeah. It's great.
Yeah, 3 kids and 3 grandkids.
You had of us, we got 7 and 1 great.
I just don't see how.
Yeah.
Our oldest grandchild is 12, so they don't reach.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think one's 12 and then we got, so 2 youngest are
Year.
a year and a half.
See you later. I'm gonna go out the back way and make it.
Yeah.
Oh, it does. Good to see you both.
You too.
Not right. It's open to the public. Take care, we'll see you around.
We'll see.
That's front of the old. The farm.
That's on the first.
Yeah,
That's back when cars were cars.
Yes,
yes.
I remember that.
I got a big mistake out of it.
My son used to work for him.
Yes, it did.
Yeah.
Well, I never knew I grew up alone, I was just see him, and then one day, Grant said, oh, that's Margie's brother. Oh my gosh, I was walking around, I can picture her. I can picture her, and I can hear her voice, I can hear her calling my name. Isn't that funny? It's just, I said, this is a small world.
I carried his dad out of the pond one time. When I was with the fire department.
Oh, my goodness.
Did you?
Yeah.
Joe, Patty and I went out there, spotted up to here, got him off the tractor and carried him across the shore.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
We were covered with cow manure and everything else. But it worked.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going out tonight.
Take care.
I'm going down to the big house. That's where my dad is gonna sneak out on Sunday or two.
You might guess.
A lot of people don't wanna pay the water bills. And that's made.
Oh, yeah.
And another, I, you know.
Yeah.
They told me when I was there.
Sammy's dead.
My friend broke some. And I said, well, you know, what are we? Nobody.
Good for it's not really late now.
I don't know. We
We're
can.
gonna go over there.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'll see.
We go down cellar and I like it. Yeah. That's fine. Well, off I go.
Okay, we'll see.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Although I'm like this. But it would be better than because.
Yeah.
I have all my drinks in separately, so really, yeah.
Oh, my
It'd be
God.
nice to have a girl. We have one girl that we daughter was raising, but for me. You can swing out, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's. Yeah. So, yeah.
When I was going there, that.
Oh, yeah.
I just have to find that picture. That car was 7 years old in that picture.
Yeah.
Not making that good anymore.
Not anymore, man. They're all fixed, but they're now.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah. Yeah.
Christmas the biggest. Which there are that increases. You know, it's here to every. As well. Well, we said something about the ground. Yeah. You know, okay. So this little half acre lot with a shed on it, because it's vacant, with improving.
Right. You may check my own money or something. Actually, I looked at you look at the county's county tax map, you know, it shows the parcels. They can back the daylight piece of the tree, you can see the tree.
Really, that's awesome. That was the area overhead.
The area, yeah.
That's hilarious. I'm gonna have to look.
I met them down the next day. Yeah. Go up there.
It was just up there for
Up there
Monday.
Saturday. And then knocked it down like Sunday afternoon. Yeah.
You got that area video?
That's nice. They do
It's
that's
organic.
pretty
It's
nice.
runs in the material too. It's funny. Oh, that's
Mhm. Much more than your end.
yeah. It's crazy.
Yep.
It's small right now. It's starting to see.
Depends on the days, and it goes back. Last week was really busy.
Yeah.
Today was pretty quiet. So it just depends on.
You guys sell snowboards? You do?
Like a walk behind or.
Yeah, walk behind.
You know, we used to, and last year we didn't get them at all. I don't know, we have one in there. And that's it. I mean, I think it was like a trade-in or something. So I don't know if we're not gonna sell them anymore or.
You service a lot of them?
Yeah, yeah, we do, yeah. Mhm. Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, we just. Yeah. We just bought a walk behind snowboard from a guy locally that only used it for a year and I was moving like the. Even though it's on the trip.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. It just, you know, it had low hours and it was just, you know, I only used it in the winter.
Yeah.
And even then, sometimes I only used it a handful of times and it just decided to sell it while it still had good value.
Sure, yeah.
And now I never used this a lot of high snowball before, so
Yeah.
I know I'm gonna do it. This actually should have come from.
Yeah.
It's just, we wanted to be able to park those vehicles in the garage area, and now.
Yeah, it all depends on how much snow we end up getting. I think, cause last year I bought a tractor for plowing snow, and I used it like twice.
Yeah.
100%.
Did you ever see the tractor? I think it's a
So
1740.
they told me to set me at, so I know what that would look like, yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of big, I mean, and the tires,
Yes, decent size, yeah.
it had the beefy tires with the, and they were filled with oil, so they're heavy.
Yeah.
So our yard is soft until it gets way into summer a little bit, so.
Yeah.
We couldn't even go on a lawn if I wanted to for a while, because it makes travel.
Sure, oh yeah, it's good on me, yeah.
So it was bigger than what we needed when I bought it, but. Grab stuff and then it's nice. And just not that much more, just a bigger one. And then, you know, we had a 6-foot snowblower.
Okay. Yeah.
Which I sold the snowblower separately first before I sold the tractor.
Yeah.
And that almost came back to bite me because like 4 or 5 people in a row after that were interested. One with snow blower, I forgot to take off one of the pictures, so
Okay.
they still see the snow blower on it.
Yeah.
Oh, if you still have the snow blower, I would want it.
Right.
I should have done it the other way around. Some guy wanted to buy it to put on his tractor. They drove all the way out from a couple hours away to get it, so. We got a pop tractor.
Yeah.
On Peter Meadows came from,
Oh, okay.
so he's gonna use it till it dies.
Yeah.
He just has another massey that he
Yeah.
just wrote into the ground and needs to replace it, and so. He can do.
Yeah.
He will work around the campground.
Yeah.
Good for that.
Right, it's kind of funny because I had my little John Deere. That I had a whole bunch of attachments for, and I just tried to list everything and sell it all together. And I only managed to sell the tractor itself, and I still got all the attachments laying around the house, and I'm still trying to get rid of. It's kind of weird that they didn't want everything, but.
Yeah, I had a blade that I sold as an attachment that was laying around, the framing where it hooks to the 3-point was like that, because I think the tractor was too big for it, and I
Yeah.
bent it, so, but the guy bought it, and he can straighten it out. I ended up sold it for, I don't know, $100 or $150 or something. Then I had a set of forks that clamp on the bucket. You know, sold those to a guy, he came out from like Stony Dansville area. Is there something else? No, so. Where I someone all the attachments before the tractor.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like the sensor thing or whatever it is. I'm wearing them. We ever see the guy give it to him. Which basically would have to be reminded to do it.
Sounds over not working out too well.
Some of these things are tough issues.
No, they are, they're really,
Like, wow.
we had trouble ever since they got them first meters in.
Yeah.
17 years ago. 18,
That's tough.
18 or 19 years ago, I remember the put in the first meters. Before that, it was,
Who would it put it in?
oh, they are contracted to put them in.
And there's no like,
Oh, no, they're,
nothing,
no,
so covered.
no.
That's not-
The new ones they put in this time are really good. They got some backing on them if something does happen, but somebody kind of missed the ball way back when. Can't go back in time.
Mhm.
Yeah. How are they even figuring out like these big bills that people have now? If it was always estimated, how do they know, except for going forward, they're really accurate measured out in meters.
Not sure what they're using for
Yeah.
a standard to go by. But if mine was estimated after I've been paying it for a while and getting reading, I'd question why it's being estimated to start with.
Yeah,
Before it got out of hand.
yeah,
But when you move into a place and the guy that sells you the place says, the meter don't work, it never has, you get an estimate, you kind of think.
yeah,
Because 20 years ago, they were regular bills every 3 months, you got a water bill. I think it was $30 for 3 months back then. Then they got the meters on. But it's still not a bad deal for paying for water. I know in the city it's outrageous what they pay.
It's like National Grid or whatever for electric, a lot of people are estimated, but then at least by the
Oh,
end
yeah.
of the 1 year cycle, you're making it
Yeah,
right.
you make the difference, yeah.
But some of these people, it's like, what is it, it's like since 2006 or something,
Yeah,
he had estimated. Wow, it's a long time.
yeah, I'd start questioning something.
Yeah. Figure it out, that's a tough issue.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be interesting. But
We're
we're working on it. We have to make it fair and you have to make it legal and you have to make it fair to everybody else too. Right. You know, so. We can make it fair and equitable for everybody, we won. You know,
You wouldn't have a gap then.
yeah, probably correct. Mullen is retiring. They asked him
Yeah.
to stay.
Yeah,
He said, I'm done.
I seen him in June. At a training session in Chelsea.
Uh-huh.
First time I seen him in a while. We had to talk. He's a good guy, boy. Great judge.
Yeah, and that, you know, that's a tough court, Wyoming County, because you
Yeah.
got both Wyoming County prison and you got Attica, so
Yeah, he's good.
pretty hard to.
Yeah.
Sentence a guy who's in for 2 life sentences for killing an inmate, they do give him now another 3rd life sentence. Cause he likes doing things like, you're never seeing TV again.
Oh, gee.
Okay, we're back.
All right.
Motion to adjourn?
We do adjourn.
Second. Sure.
Fifth,
All right.
sixth, whatever.
All in favor?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
You're done?
Good